What's going on, guys? I'm back here with another topic, and I think that this will be useful for a lot of people out there, including myself. And I realized one thing about life is that we're going to be facing stress. We're all human beings. We're all going to go through it. So you may have a question right now, and you may be trying to figure out, ways of how you can deal with stress, of how you can cope with stress. And we got to realize that each and every one of us, we each have our own way of dealing with stress. So I just wanted to go over some key principles and things that will help you if you ever come across stressful times in your lives. And first and foremost, we gotta go to the root and see how stress is developed. It can be from problems and different other adversaries in our life. So I jot down a few things in my notes right here. So the first thing, where does stress come from? It could come from things like your home, your family. How many of you guys face stress on a job? I know that I do. I can vouch for that. Other things you can, have stresses with maybe your family or, any kind of trauma. Maybe you lost your job. That can create a form of stress. Your financial situation can cause you to develop a big stressor in your life. Natural disasters, such as terrible events that we witnessed in our lifetimes, such as big tornadoes. Maybe in the past time of your life you witnessed a tragic storm. For instance, we all know about Hurricane Katrina, events and that kind of nature. You may have witnessed a tragic, a big storm hitting your home, which caused you to lose all of your valuables, all your, your computer, your old pictures that you saved from growing up, even maybe like toys or valuable things that you kept for so long, and those things are gone because of this, storm that hit at you in your life. So these are just basic things that can cause stress in our everyday life. All right, so I'm going to give you some key examples of how you can cope with stress, how you can manage your stress, how you can basically relieve stress. One of the things that helps me out a lot when I face stressful times, I simply work out. I love working out in the gym. I hit the weights. If they had a punching bag, I'll punch the bag if I had to. But unfortunately, they don't have one where the gym I go to right now. But I basically go out, work out, and hit the weights, and that's really a big stress reliever for me. Another thing I do is I ride a lot on my bike, cycling. That's a form of me keeping my mind off things. And you may have a bike as well. Maybe you can do these things, go out for a ride, and even you can probably go out for a run. That can be a form of stress reliever in your life as well. The second thing is basically, this ties up with the first thing I jotted down, is stay active. And when always remember this, when we are active, it causes us not only to be active but to be proactive as well. It keeps our mind off of stress. It keeps us motivated. It keeps us grounded as well. Another thing, walk outside in nature. You ever realize when you walk out in nature, doesn't it feel like you're at peace? Picture a big oasis around you. An oasis is a place where it's just beautiful, a beautiful lake, a beautiful seaside. Maybe you live in an area such as a beach. You can probably go walk to the beach where you're at right now. Maybe you live near a river. You probably live near mountains. We got to realize that nature has great value, especially for our lives. And nature is here on this earth for a reason. We can simply, walk outside in nature. There's nothing like, a beautiful sunny day and just hearing the sounds of nature, hearing the birds sing in the morning, seeing birds fly. That could be an inspiration to us, which will cause us to, relieve that stress that we're dealing with and things of that nature. Some of you may even have certain hobbies. Remember how I mentioned that you may live by a lake or something like that, you can probably go fishing. That's another form of, relieving stress as well. Another thing I jotted down is, talk to a loved one. You may have a relative. You may have someone that you can, count on. Somebody who can go to your level to try to feel your pain, to try to feel the stress that you are taking. And just by talking to this person, this can help you to relieve that stress. It's almost like that stress is leaving you when you talk to someone, when you reach out to someone. So, and I'll give you an example. You can talk to people such as your parents. You can talk to, if you're in school, you can probably talk to someone like a guidance counselor. You can talk to even your principal. If you're dealing with stress on the job, talk to a coworker that you're close with, someone that can relate to you, that's loyal. Always remember this. Always pick your, mentors wisely. Pick people that will give wise advice. Pick people who are wise, who will give, good counsel to you, and they'll be able to say, hey, and sit down to you, on a one-on-one basis and see what's causing stress in your life. These are the kind of people that you want to hang around with. You may even have a teacher, somebody in your school, pick someone who you look up to, like I mentioned earlier, a mentor or something like that. And not only that, you can also learn from these people, because I always, for some reason, I look towards older people, because why? They've gone through so many experiences in their lives, and they can relate to us because they probably had been through similar situations that we have gone through that causes stress in our lives, so they can give good advice of how you can relieve that stress that you're dealing with. All right. So another thing that ties along what I just said: go to the spiritual part of your life. You may, you're probably walking with God. The best advice I could give you right now is go to Jesus Christ. He's one that can really pull you through tough times. He can pull you through, stressful times. He can pull you through. He can pull you through. I'm saying this because I'm a witness of this. There's so many times, and even to this day, there's so many days that I go through dealing with stress, and my Father is there with me to counsel me, to walk me through, so I don't have to take on that load of a stressful mentality, which causes, it can cause anxiety. Sometimes it can cause depression. It can cause, all kind of negative things that we don't want in us as well. So another simple thing you can do to relieve stress, to keep stress off your mind: read a book. I can vouch for you to this, that reading, it helps me a lot. You could read things like newspaper articles. You can go to a near library. Maybe there's a library near your home right now you can go to, and pick what you read wisely. You don't want to read things, of course, that will add on more stress to your life. You want to read things such as inspirational things. Maybe there's plenty of tools online right now. You can look up many articles of how to relieve stress in your life. Such things as like on the internet, they can give you this. There's a whole list of things that can give you remedies on how to relieve stress in your life. So read inspirational quotes. That's another thing that helps, that can help out as well. Another thing that can help you out to relieve stress is write down what's bothering you. Write down what's stressing you out, and when you write down and sit down and analyze that, you can go to the root of that, and go to the root of what's causing your stressful situations in your life. What's causing you to be stressed out? And it can cause you to think and come up with ideas, to be creative, and it'll help you to manage your stress more better. It can help you to get rid of those stresses more and more in your life. All right. Another thing is, treat yourself from time to time. You may, for example, you may have a stressful day at work, right? And sometimes what I like to do is simply, go out to the movies or something like that. You may want to take like a loved one and go out to eat with them. Go enjoy yourself. I find sometimes when I do this, it relieves stress off me. it like triggers something in your mind, and then it causes, you know, a positive mentality to, you know, go in your mind. So that way you're not thinking about stress. You're not thinking about what caused, you know, maybe earlier in your day, that thing that caused you to be stressed out. And, you know, by doing these things, by treating yourself, it could be a simple solution as, you know, grooming yourself. Get dressed, put on a nice outfit, get a haircut. If you're a lady, you know, treat yourself. Take care of yourself. Go out and treat yourself to something that will bring sort of a relief to you. That way you can, you know, release that stress off you as well. So every once in a while, do this, and I guarantee you this will, you know, it will cause you to relieve more stress out of your life as well. I got a few more examples. Another thing that can help out is you can reach out to someone, and by helping others, there's a motivational quote I read a long time ago, and it says, if you want to motivate others, motivate yourself. And that ties along what I'm about to say. If you're stressed out right now, reach out to someone. Maybe somebody else is stressed out in their life. Maybe you can reach out and help them to, you know, dissolve situations in their life that's causing them to be stressed out. And just by reaching out to someone, it can cause you guys to relate. You guys could go back and forth and talk about your problems. And in the midst of that, a solution will come out of that, which will cause, you know, it will cause you to relieve that stress out of your life. So I basically covered all the things that I jotted down that will, you know, help you manage your stress on a day-to-day basis. Remember, we are all human beings. We're going to be dealing with stress. And always remember this. Use stress to build you. You may have negative people around you that will, you know, antagonize you at times, or, you know, try to throw a negative kind of vibe your way, and that will cause you to be stressed out. But don't let that stress get to you. Find other ways and do like a 360, you know, do a 360 turnaround. That way you can turn that negative, stressful energy into a more positive energy in your life. So I hope this video helps you guys, and I just wanted to share this with you. I go by the name of Rob. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I post motivational quotes, you know, on a day-to-day basis, or when I can. Also, feel free to share this again. And I thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back whenever I can. You guys take care, and remember, stay strong in life, and I'll see you next time. Take care.